Hi everyone, I haven't made a video in a while. I have a sketchbook tour coming soon. This is not that, if you couldn't tell. My sketchbook, she's almost done. But this video is going to be kind of a continuous, vlog. I don't do vlogs, I don't know what that means. Recently, I haven't ever posted a video on this channel, but in September or the end of August, I got a new fish. The December previous, like not this past December that we just had, but December 2017, I got a betta fish for Christmas. So I had Pluto. If you followed me on Instagram on my art account back then, like in December, you would have seen pictures of him probably. He was a white male betta. And when I first got into having him, I had like the tiniest tank ever. It was super sad, and I look back at the pictures and it makes me super sad. And then I got Jules, who is my betta that I have now, at the end of August. I believe it was like the very end of August. It was like when I started school. And Jules I also kept not in that tiny tank I had, but in a smaller 2-gallon tank, which you can see behind me, it's set up over there. And when I got him, he had fin rot, and it got worse while I had him, and I didn't know about fin rot. If you don't know, it's caused by a bacteria that's super common in pet store betta fish because of the fact that their tanks aren't cleaned, their water isn't filtered or heated, and the food just rots in the little tiny cups that they're in. You've seen like bettas in stores, and you know they have tiny, I don't know how big they are, like 1/8 of a gallon, like tiny little cups, which is not good for long term. I understand why they do that in pet stores, but in the long run, like that's not how you want to keep a fish. Okay, so I had Jules in the 2-gallon tank, and his fin rot kept getting worse. I treated it with aquarium salt like you're supposed to, and then again I treated it with a tablet that you dissolve, and I'm blanking on what it's called. I don't have it anymore. But neither of those things worked. But what ended up working for him was the Jungle Fungus Clear tablet. They turn your water kind of a funky green color. It's not like an unnatural green color. It kind of looks like a river or something maybe. Whatever in those tablets, I did about 6 treatments of it. Eventually, I somewhere in the middle of those, after like the 3rd procedure, I moved him into a 5.5-gallon tank, which is where he is now, and he's doing well. Why don't I just show you? Like, I'm just talking. Here we go. So this is the tank that Jules is in now. It's a Top Fin brand tank, and I just bought it because it was on sale around Christmas time, and it came with this filter. I'm not sure how in focus we're going to be here. And it's a silent stream for a 5 to 10-gallon tank, and I just have it on the lowest filter setting. You can see it like sticks down into the water here. And this definitely clears the need for having an aerator in the tank, since bettas have a special organ that can let them take air from the surface of the water, unlike a lot of other fish. Which is why technically, like, you don't need an aerator, and technically you don't need a filter, although if you don't have a filter, you definitely heighten the risk of your fish getting infections because their water isn't filtered. But basically, his fins look very uneven. If he'd swim out, maybe I'd be able to show you better. But they have grown back clear, so they're still like thin, kind of like saran wrap looking fins, I would say. As you can see, like, his tail fins look super uneven, but they've grown back clear on the ends. If you can see that, there's a view. And what I've been using to help his fins grow back is this stuff, which is Melifix. It's the same in the important parts of it. It's the same as Betta Fix, which comes in a smaller bottle, and it has tea tree oil, which is also used in human shampoo to make your hair grow. So once he got rid of his infection with the Jungle Clear, after I did 6 cycles of that, 3 in the smaller tank and then 3 once I moved into this bigger tank, then he I used this Malefic. Sorry if there's any background noise. It's the filter, or like my family is downstairs. Basically, my fish is doing well. He looks a little rough, but like he's happy. He's doing good. And I've definitely learned a lot about betta fish, and I think that leads me to the point of this video. I hope some of this made sense. Before I get into the intro to what this vlog is going to be about, which is going to be long, if you can't already tell. I'm going to tell you what he's got in his tank. He, again, has a 5.5 gallon tank, top fin. It has a top fin silent stream filter. He has this plant, not sure what it is, it was on clearance. It looks a little dead, but like, it's not really. I clicked off the dead leaves that had on it, and this is like his favorite spot to hang out over here. You saw him there earlier. He has some gravel. It's like mixed sizes. It's 2 bags of gravel. It's the gravel from the 2 gallon tank that I had, and then the gallon, or the smaller gravel. Smaller gravel is better. It helps filter any like waste from your fish and keep it from getting clogged up and gross in the bottom of your tank. He has this little house, which I believe is also top fin brand. It's a top fin filter, the thermometer, or a top fin heater. The thermometer came with this tank kit. And he has another plant back there, as well as a rock, which looks super weird. There you go, there's his rock. So on top of this shelf, which is just where I have a bunch of my art stuff and yarn and whatever, it's on the other side of my room, opposite from my desk where Jules's tank is. I have this this is the 2 gallon tank that he used to be in, and it's also a top fin tank. They're just the ones that tend to go on sale. I don't think they're any better than just a generic tank from like Solden's or Amazon or whatever. It has a little background in it. This one and the background that's in Jules's tank are just printed off. This has a filter in it. Not sure that it's running so well right now because I was just messing with this tank. I can't think of what it's called. The tank might be called like the Inspire tank or whatever. I know it's a 2 gallon tank from Top Fin. I'll try to link both these sets down below. I wouldn't recommend this tank for a single male betta. They're bigger than female bettas. They produce more waste because they're larger, have more fins, like larger fins, so they tend to need more space to like spread out. They get caught on things more easily. But basically, what I'm going to try to do with this tank now that it's empty is put a female betta in here. I'm going to get things to set up this tank in the next couple weeks, and also eventually get the fish in here. So this is going to be my vlog of setting up that tank. Sorry that this has been like an excessively long intro to what I could have said is I'm setting up a betta tank, please enjoy it. But I did want to preface it with some things that I have to say. And I think that's it, so let's get on to the actual part of this video. Okay, so as you saw, I went to the pet store, and also, as you may have noticed, they only had 2 female fish, so I ended up getting the smaller of the 2. It's a veil-tail female betta, and I'm going to show you what else I got. I had to go to both PetSmart and Solden's to get the supplies, so I'll just show you briefly what I purchased, and then we'll get right into the tank setup. At Solden's, I bought this small plant. This is for the new fish tank right here. I think it's a banana root plant. As you can see, the roots are like banana shaped. I don't really know. I also got 2 of these plants. I'm not 100% sure what they were called, but I did ask and get some information about them before I purchased them. There's 2 in here. One is for Jules's tank and one is for my new fish's tank, and she doesn't have a name yet, but one of those is going to go in there as well. Finally, at PetSmart, I got this bag of Top Fin aquarium gravel. This is the same small gravel that's in my tank I have now. And this is a 2-pound bag of it, which should be enough for that aquarium since it's small. And I finally got a 20-watt betta tank heater, and this is the same heater that I use in my tank and also my brother's 5-gallon tank. And this is the heater that I used to use in this 2-gallon tank when I was using it for joules. So I know it works well in that tank because I've used it with the thermometer. The only thing that I don't have right now is a tank decoration. I'm probably going to put some bigger rocks in there right now, but eventually I will get her a little house kind of like the one Jules has. So I'm just going to do a time lapse of me setting up the fish tank, and I'll get right into that. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see the tank or how well you can see the fish, but this is my final tank setup for this new fish. She still doesn't have a name yet. If you can leave me some suggestions down below, that'd be great. She might already have a name by the time this video goes up. I'm not sure when that will be. But I did end up putting both of the taller plants in here because her tank looked super empty and like she didn't have enough places to hide. I also added some rocks. I don't know, maybe when I get the little house I'll take one of the plants out, but also I could just get another plant for my other fish tank, so we might leave them both in here. Yeah, I think it looks really cute. It looks a little weird without anything in the center there, but as I said, that's going to be fixed soon. So here she is. I don't know how well my camera is going to focus. Yeah, she looks pretty happy. The water's not quite up to temperature yet, but the water in her cup was colder because she'd been sitting here waiting. So I decided that I would put her right in the tank, and she seems to be doing okay. Her tail and her fins were like super clamped when I put her in here at first, and they're kind of spreading out now, so she must be doing better. She has been exploring a lot, which is cute, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.